Hello, welcome back to another 1001 Beers You Must Try Before You Die. The last beer I did was McCrocken Flower, which was an absolute boozy burn of a beer. I've got something completely different this time, which I'm delighted about. It's a real change of pace. So few beers left in the book from Belgium, and I've got a hold of it. This is First Brew 2007. It's 6%, but actually on the bottle it's 6.5, and it is IV Saison, or IV Saison. I don't know which one it is. Got a nice tiny bottle of it here. It's a Belgian farmhouse ale. Obviously, Saison, I can see loads of yeast in the bottom there. Really, really heavily fermented. It is from Brasserie de Gendrenoulet. It's a very long name, and I'm sorry I pronounced it incorrectly. It says, drink better, drink clever. Okay, I will. Without further ado, let's crack this open, put it into an ice glass. Let it breathe for a bit. Never had this beer before, never seen it before. I'll talk about the bottle in a minute. Got a nice Croft Paulie glass here. It shows a tulip glass, but I've got something that's more or less tulipy. If I had every single glass that they said in this book, I would have more glassware than I would know what to do with. Right, let's leave the rest of that at the bottom there. Not too much gunk, so I'll leave that just sitting there. I've got little bits of things in there. That's fine. So, tasting notes: bright yellow gold beer with fluffy white head and sticky lace. Smells like fresh lemony hops, lemongrass, grapefruit, and cereals. Crisp, grassy hop bitterness is moderate but lasts into the aftertaste. Cradled by that citrus backdrop. Lively beer, dry on the finish. Okay, it sounds lovely. It sounds almost opposite to McCrocken Flower, which I quite like. So, let's talk about the design. It looks like a Ben-Hur logo, or in fact Monty Python's Life of Brian logo. Really, really nice. It looks like it's got a hop field, people picking the hops in it using a cherry picker, and it's just got this big IV. I don't know what IV means. It might even say in the book, so I'll read that in a minute, but that's a lovely design, nice. Do that. So let's go for the smell. Very citrusy, very lemony. Definitely getting that lemongrass, it says. It smells lovely, so I'm going to have a go for the taste. Cheers. Oh, that's beautiful. See, I've become a real fan of Saisons over the years of doing these beer reviews, but this one's a cracker, absolute cracker. Is it best than Saison DuPont? I say it's on a level. It's more citrusy than Saison DuPont. So this is a newer sort of craft brewery. The brewery, so they're obviously producing more interesting things. It says, interesting. They actually the brewers they do this on the side. This is not their day job. They actually are the main brewers are actually. Work for a hop producer in America. How can they also make beer in Belgium then? I don't understand that, but there we go. So I guess they do it in their spare time. They do it in the summer, so oh, I see. Right, there's a hop producer. They export to other parts of the world, and they have an office in Belgium, right? That makes a lot of sense because the American hops must get out there around quite a lot, so that makes a lot of sense. So they started brewing their own beer. So obviously there's not a competitor. They make work for a hop producer. They're not a beer producer. So IV Saison, right. Quatre Saison is what it actually means, which means 4 seasons. It's named for a few reasons. Both the fathers have 3 kids. This was the 4th child for each of them. The beer has 4 base ingredients: water, malt, hops, and yeast. Well, we know that. Every beer has those 4 basic ingredients. The beer's principal traits are a distinct with lemony hop aroma and restrained bitterness. The brewery seems to be aiming to promote drinkability rather than coat the tongue with resin. Also very clean for a Belgian ale. I think this is lovely. It's a really nice beer. Really nice take on the Saison. Still clearly got that Saison taste to it, but it is Love the taste. It's very clean, very crisp. Doesn't leave, the aftertaste is just kind of lemongrass and lemon. It's really nice. It's a really easygoing beer. Great for the summer weather we've been having. It actually says this beer is hard to find. Its production remains small. Well, I've got it. I've got hold of it. Brilliant. I've got their other beer as well. They have another beer called IV Sense, or 5 Senses, I imagine. I've got that tucked away somewhere, which I'll review at some point, but I've had this one sitting around for a while. This is a super, super nice beer. My favourite saison so far, and it's also got very little carbonation, and that's amazing considering how much yeast is sort of sitting around to the bottom. Would have thought there'd be loads more carbonation, but it's really nice, very, very smooth. It's not fizzing around everywhere. Yeah, great beer. I'd definitely have this again. If I see this again, I'll be absolutely sure to have it. Absolute cracker of beer. Doesn't taste like 6.5% at all. It tastes more like 4%. So I'm going to leave it there. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you for another beer review very, very soon.